007 transfer news. So yeah, man, let's start scrolling and seeing what's going on in this world of transfers, people. Got Gakpo and Tonali. Lokonga has huge pressure this season. I hope he thrives. Inshallah, man, inshallah. But yeah, the first thing, big up that Davey, because he told me to look again. I don't know if Coin Marble Hills is anyone. I don't know if any of these guys know what they're talking about. As we say, the transfer news just purely stays as transfer news. It's a talking point, nothing else. Until people are holding shirts, big up Jamaica again. You know, until people are holding shirts and saying they love Arsenal and that, it's a myth. But he has said on Yuri Tellermans, just had a conversation with agent, doesn't say his agent, which is an agent. He is Arsenal's #1 midfield target. We know that. Personal terms agreed. We've been knowing that. Arsenal are looking to make a deal done in the next week, hopefully. United have shown interest. However, to date, the player prefers Arsenal. Leicester just want what they paid Monaco or a little bit less with add-ons. Player wants to play for a club showing ambition, which Arsenal have shown to him. Arsenal waiting to drive the price down. However, Edu is in consistent contact with the player and agent, people. And allegedly, Arsenal have not submitted an official proposal yet for Yeremy Pino. However, they've been speaking to players' agents and they've informed an offer of around 40 million euros would bring the Spanish side to the table, people. So yeah, again, on the 7th of August, which I believe is 2 days ago, he has said, player side wants Arsenal. Agent told Arsenal will move few outgoings this week at Arsenal frees up the space. Then Arsenal will move for Yuri Tellermans. So let's hope so, man. But I don't know him from nowhere to be verifying these things. Again, farewell, Lucas Torreira. I did a video on it, but Torreira's joined Galatasaray, people. We've taken a hit. It is what it is. He's joined for £5.5 million. He's become the 7th departure this summer. Big up to him and thank you for your service and your 89 appearances for Arsenal Football Club. You're 26. Go and enjoy your life now in this football thing. And now we won't have to hear anything about him and his agent. You know, they should be on Bad Girls Club. They're both Bedinas. Apparently, 1 year after rejecting Arsenal and Celtic, 74 cap star is now a free agent. And you lot have said he's just signed for Copenhagen. I would have taken Matt Turner again. I think he's better than Matt Ryan, sorry. But yeah, from a decent keeper to a meaty one, apparently Runarsson could leave on loan. I don't know why we bought the 27-year-old, but he could be going to, this time it says Copenhagen on loan. 1 minute is Turkey, then Denmark. We'll never know. And I don't think many people care. Just leave the club, bro. In that regards, Cody Gakpo, Man United, Arsenal target, has said, I'll stay with PSV if it could be that if PSV makes the Champions League, I will stay. Getting the Champions League with PSV makes it more likely to stay. I've never said anywhere that I want to leave. The chance that I will stay there is there anyways. We just have to see how it will develop, and eventually I'll make my choice. As you know, PSV will be playing Monaco in that playoff. Again, apparently Leeds United have a clear run at Cody Gakpo. Arsenal are looking at Pedro Neto. Lol. We all know that's a dream seller. Pepe holding up Arsenal move for another winger before the window shuts, people. We all knew this was going to be a thing. Ornstein has said they, in brackets Arsenal, want to do more business. I think they want to add a winger to what they've got. If they manage to get someone in, I think they'll be pretty happy. Everyone will be asking, who is that winger? Well, we know they went for Rafinha. I don't know who they're going for. If they do bring in a new winger, it could depend on Pepe leaving the club, people. But then, had we, let's just say Chelsea and Barca didn't exist and we put the money down for Rafinha, we would have signed Rafinha before Pepe left. So, obviously, Pepe leaving is a thing. The resources to how the player's being used isn't matching it. But is it really that coherent on that, people? What's this? What is all of this? I don't know what this is. But yeah, Villarreal fear a bid from Arsenal or Liverpool be difficult to turn down for Yeremy Pino. He's got a 67.5 million release clause. Apparently, Villarreal have a bit of financial bother and they need to sell. In fact, saying that, they're trying to get Ndombele and Lascelles. So we've been linked with Pedro Neto. It's probably cap, people. It was reported last summer that Wolves want 50 million for the Portuguese star. I don't buy any of that. What is this saying? Arsenal pushing, smash the like button, people. Arsenal pushing, can we get to 300? Arsenal pushing to complete Pablo Mari and Runarsson loan exits after Lucas Torreira sell. So again, picking up loan fees and getting rid of them is decent, I guess. But where they're both concerned, you'd rather both of them just leave. But Arsenal are pushing, Arsenal are pushing to wrap up loan deals for Runarsson and Pablo Mari after finalising the sale of Torreira to Galatasaray. So we'll have to see, people. To be honest with you, big up Torreira, but I don't give a flying monkeys what he has said about going to Galatasaray, people. After securing an exit for Torreira, Arsenal are now looking to resolve the futures of Marie and Runnison. Talks are ongoing with Monza over a loan deal for Marie, with the main discussion point being possible terms of making the move permanent next summer. The centre-back is keen to return to Italy after enjoying his time on loan with Udinese. Pardon me. All Antalyaspor, forgive me, my Turkish fans, I can't pronounce that, are interested in signing Runnison on loan, and it's understood that formal talks are now underway. As you know, he joined for 1 million, but you know, whether you buy someone for 100 million or 1 million, if they have not got ability, it makes it expensive. Players like Marie, players like Runnison are just as stupid as cut price moves for people like Willian and things like that. When you do dumb shit, you pay 10 times over. So yeah, once again, Pablo Mari's been linked with another club in Italy, Verona. This time, 1 minute it's Monza, then it's Verona, then it's Verona, then it's Monza. I don't know. I don't care. Just please leave. Away from that, though, Betis and Bellerin 1 step away from meeting again. Today, the future of Hector Bellerin will be resolved, and it is that the player and his agent are meeting with Arsenal from now on to confirm the termination of the contract that unites the side with the British entity. So then he will be a free agent. The player will have to lower his claims regarding the settlement of his contract, something that does not seem too many problems. And I mean, I'd rather him be sold. I don't like the precedent that, even though I get the logic, I don't like the precedent we're doing in this, that's tearing up deals. We need to be better at negotiations. But if you can take a hit, pay him less, rather than having him who's probably nearer the high, him and Pepe are near the higher bracket of earners at this football club. You know, Pepe can't get a game. Bellerin, arguably, in the grand scheme of things, if you was to ask Arsenal fans, he's clearly not better than Tommy Ansu. He's clearly not better than Ben White. Him, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Cedric, you'd all say other things. In Arteta's mind, clearly Cedric is ahead. So it'd be a bit silly. And for Betis, go and do your thing, man. There's talk of Ceballos, Aouar, Bellerin. Go and do your thing. Did Bellerin not win a trophy there? And was it not his dad's wish? So tear up the deal, keep it moving, leave with your head held high. Betis, get your man. You know, we're taking L's in Torreira and Bellerin and Pepe. It is what it is, man. Really, really, and truly. So we're gonna have to keep moving. Again, as you can see, consistent with Bellerin. Bellerin's agent. Well, I wish I could speak Spanish, but I can't. Can we get that translated? Thank you. Bellerin's agent travels to London to terminate the contract with Arsenal. The former Betis player who watched his team's debut from the stands is one step closer to wearing the green and white again. So yeah, this is behind the paywall. So it's just confirming kind of what we just said. Pedro Neto to Arsenal is just speculation. It is not happening, says AA Richards. And if we go on his actual Twitter, I saw this tweet. Where is it? I'm sure I've got it somewhere. Yeah, not sure where Pedro Neto to Arsenal speculation has come from, but yeah, not happening. I mean, in theory, he doesn't work for Wolves, but yeah, it's not happening. Arsenal and AC Milan have held a meeting to discuss midfielder Sandro Tonali, although Milan declared he's not transferable. A proposal worth 55 million. But AC Milan have just won the Scudetto and are challenging for it. Obviously, these Italian men don't really leave their clubs, but maybe Scamacca could gas him about London Live. I'm sure if he was actually available, there'd be some bigger clubs in Europe that would go for him. He's got no reason to leave. We're not in the Champions League. They are. He's got no reason to leave. I'd love for it to happen, but the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. It doesn't make sense, really. It really doesn't, really. And I don't know if they're talking about getting him tied down to a new contract. I'm not sure of the length of his contract, but maybe that is something. And for me, I'm not saying you should be, but anything coming out of Italy with our players, either we're buying players or not buying them, I look at it with a pinch of salt. We've been down this road with Xhaka to Roma, with Milinkovic-Savic, with Torreira, with Locatelli, you know, with Vlahovic. If I haven't made that clear, and there's probably a Arthur Melo. There's probably a bag of names that I haven't said and missed out as well, people. So it's dead, man. It's kind of long. It's boring. And yeah, man. But I would love for it to happen if it could. But the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately, folks. So, yeah. Arsenal holds shock talks with AC Milan over transfer of Sandro Tonali. And it's a World Cup year. Does it make sense for the 22-year-old necessarily to leave? Because if I remember correctly, you weren't in the Euro squad. In fact, Italy are not there. You don't need to worry about the World Cup, my guy. You don't need to worry about that. So, it might be good for us. But, yeah, we've held talks, allegedly. He's got a £47 million asking price. Are we really going to do that? with a bloated midfield, and we brought in a couple of players in Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, who can play in that role. I mean, I would love it, but I can't see it happening, man. But hopefully, man, hopefully it would be lit. It would be lit. I mean, the man's a lit player, in it. You know, listen, he's a typical Italian midfielder. We love him. We've all seen him at Brescia and stuff. And the fact is, he's 22. He's been around for time, but I don't know. They've labelled him as non-transferable, but would consider sanctioning the sale should we meet the £46 million asking price. A bag of clubs will get involved for that, really and truly. Pioli is keen to keep him after leading the club to their first Serie A title in over a decade. He's viewed as one of the group's core players. They've already lost Kessié as well, which would be issues. He's only 1 year into a 5-year contract. So, again, this is a myth, really. I don't know where this has come from. But, you know, if it could happen, I'd be for it. But it's all a myth, really, man. It don't make no sense. And allegedly, AC Milan have responded after this transfer meeting. I mean, if you've met with someone, you might have a chance. But yeah, AC Milan have told Arsenal they do not want to sell Sandro Tonali this summer, according to reports. However, the Italian champions could consider a sale if an offer of 46.4 million, in brackets 55 million euros, became available. And we might just say, you know what, Telemans is cheaper. He's more in line with budget. So I can't really see this happening, people. But allegedly, Milan and Arsenal met and talked about Tonali. The Rossoneri have declared that the midfielder is not transferable, but if a proposal for 55 million arrives, Milan could sell him and make 2 purchases. And he only joined Milan on a permanent transfer last summer from Brescia. He spent the previous campaign on loan at Milan, people. We should have bought him then, really. But I'm not saying it wouldn't happen. I'm not saying there's not reasons to sell to him, but if you think we're going to sign him, fair play, innit? But 250 likes, people, 50 more, and we've hit 300, man. If you haven't hit the like button, unexpected high bills. Journalist says Arsenal are more than loosely interested in the 24-year-old. I mean, we know Arsenal internally, are full of admiration for Paqueta. Edu basically said it a few weeks ago in an interview, but let's see what's happened here. Oh, the infamous Ben Jacobs. He has lots of offers from across Europe, and apparently City being one of them. There are a number of Premier League clubs that are loosely speaking circling. Newcastle are one of them. He was on their radar in Jan. City could make a late inquiry potentially. They've been monitoring the situation, and Arsenal are a team that are loosely speaking interested. In fact, I would word it as even more than loosely, although Edu says that they have not made an approach. So yeah, and we've probably got too many similar players, and I think he's a player admired internally, but that's just that. I'm seeing nightmares of Pablo Mari because they're just bare Pablo Mari articles. That's just linking him with Verona once again. Arsenal step up interest in Leicester City star amid growing transfer links with PSG. I don't know for any of that, but yeah, apparently PSG could be interested. If PSG are interested, even though they're just about to sign Fabian Ruiz, then you should be going there. But yeah, hopefully we get over the line with Telemans, people. Whether that happens is another thing, and it probably ain't gonna happen overnight. You know, where Pedro Neto has been concerned. Obviously, this journalist Luca Bedonia said, been told Bayern Leverkusen are in talks with Moussa Diaby's camp for an extension until 2026. Current deals valid until 2025. Same sources tell me Arsenal rumors are just chatters at the moment. So that's that one there, folks. Again, Pedro Neto a myth. What's this? Yeremy Pino's reps were in Maryland camp. I don't know where that is. This morning to inform Villarreal they had received 2 offers from the Premier League. The club is analysing the proposal, says this article. Villarreal expects a great offer from the Premier League for Yeremy Pino. Arsenal is once again interested in the Canary, says Google Translate, but the club would not consider selling him for less than 45 million euros if the player gave the okay to leave, people. Villarreal needs a major sale to balance their accounts. The club has announced it with the greatest possible power that its media speakers allowed via the president and CEO. It's not news, not that the initial intention was that possible income would come from players like Paul Torres, Dan Ruma. It does not always go the way you want. Yeremy Pino, who's played at the Emirates before, has become one of the surprises that you never think could happen, nor that you want, but that appears as an opportunity. A case is similar to that of Paul last year when Tottenham was presented with a purchase proposal of 50 million euros. The player was the one who rejected the tempting offer. It ain't easy. The Canary striker, another of the enormous talents that the Miral camp, Star Factory has produced, is one of the cracks that aims very highly in Spanish football and has already been an absolute international. I mean, we've got hella Spanish coaches, much less Arteta. We've seen this guy at the Emirates. If we are monitoring wingers, then naturally we're going to find a young player playing in Spain. We're going to be looking at Gakpo. We're going to be looking at Rafinha playing for a relegated club. We're going to assess Gnabry's contract, and if there's a chance, we're going to see with Sane. There's going to be various different things. So everybody, not just us, everybody's monitoring everyone, really. So I don't know for any of this, but it says all the right things. I don't know, man. Only injury slow, and I don't think he's got the productivity enough. And he's still developing, and a year can change a lot. But for 45 upwards, you kind of want a winger if they are to come into this club, or a striker, or someone able to play in them roles there that is going to kind of produce numbers for us. He's a development player, which I'm all for, but it is what it is. Is he necessarily taking Saka's place? What's he doing on the left-hand side? You know, I'd love for him to complicate that, which he could, but is it clear better than what we have? I don't know at this moment in time, people. So we'll have to draw our own conclusions. Sorry, folks. Get some water. Stay hydrated and that. So yeah, man. Now Villarreal expects a lucrative offer from the Premier League, as reported by the newspaper, as the club already knows that there is interest from a major English football club, which has been communicated to them through the agent. The only thing missing is for the offer to be put on paper and to convince Villarreal, and that the player gives the okay to England. So again, there's some level of interest, some level of scouting, but in relation to actually bidding for someone, getting it over the line, bringing them to the carpet, nowhere near. He's got an £80 million release clause. That is all a myth, people. We all know at 19 he's got the world of potential. 20 this year, people, and 45 million and some change. Apparently, neither the club nor the footballer himself thought an operation of this type, because they consider it to be an ideal team to continue at least one more year. And it's a World Cup year. You might get in the team by playing on a regular basis. The truth is that Villarreal wants to balance until June the 30th to enter a good sum of millions for one of its stars. I mean, we're in August. I don't know what that's about. The message is that if an offer presented to him from the Premier League does not reach a minimum of 45 million euros, Yeremy Pino will continue happily at the club and has provided him with the good springboard to professional football, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, Mikel is in love with the game and the quality of Yeremy Pino. The Arsenal manager, already advised hiring him last winter. It was not only the club that had him on their radar. Even the greats of Spain made a follow-up, but Villarreal was quick to move. So we'll have to see, man. Liverpool have been credited with interest as well. Whether that happens is a completely different thing, people. Once again, Yeremy Pino's entourage has confirmed to this radio station, which is, I don't know, guess somewhere in Spain, the interest of Arsenal and Liverpool and Yeremy Pino. The clubs could have submitted offers. Pino has an €80 million release clause. As you already know, Arsenal and United given food for thought as Ismail Assar dazzles with 45-yard screamer. I'm sure I can't play it because we've got, if we were just on Twitch, we could. He scored from his own half and then missed the penalty. Ismail Assar has just not kicked on enough for me. Forget, he's still only 24, but that's all a myth, man. I don't know about any of that, people. So yeah, seems like that's where the transfer news is concerned. Let's have a butchers on Google. I mean, big up Harry Redknapp, but no one really cares what he has to say there. United could make a move for Cody Gakpo. I mean, yeah, as we see, tonight it was Yeremy Pino and Pedro Neto yesterday. It's Tonali today, isn't it? It seems like that's the same thing. Yeah, doesn't seem like there's anything groundbreaking going on here, folks. So what's this? I think this is just reiterating things, people. Meanwhile, a source has told Sports Witness Arsenal are not among the clubs to have made contact to sign Yeremy Pino in the ongoing window. And while there is a possibility for Pino to leave the Spanish club, at the moment it's not clear. So, yeah, it seems like a lot is the bulk of these rumors have just been leveraged over the fact that clearly Villarreal need to balance some sort of books and someone's been creative. So the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. Whether we sign them or not, it's a completely different entity. But for now, it is what it is, folks. So yeah, man, that was a long read, but we got to the end of it. What are you lot saying, people? See what's going on here. If the owner gives the manager the right away the right away to get a player. Why don't they just go for the player? I'm not too sure. Breaking news: Bellerin has terminated his contract. Is that confirmed on Arsenal.com? Where did that come from? Please point me in the right direction. It'd be appreciated. Fabrizio Romano. Okay, cool. Love for that. This is why I love you lot, man. Making sure that we don't miss anything. Let me go on Fabrizio Romano's Twitter account. And yeah, one love for that, CeeLo and Yusuf, appreciative. And anyone else if I've missed out. As you can see here, people, Hector Bellerin's agent is in London as he met with Arsenal's board. Been told meeting took place this morning. Discussions on going to terminate the contract. Bellerin asked to return to Betis as soon as possible is his priority. So yeah, is what it is in that regards. Where is my timestamps now? Because we can update that.